The Civil Rights Movement, one of the most significant social and political movements in American history, spanned from the mid-1950s to the late 1960s. It sought to end racial segregation and discrimination against African Americans, primarily in the southern United States, and to secure legal recognition and federal protection of the citizenship rights enumerated in the Constitution and federal law. The roots of the movement. The roots of the civil rights movement can be traced back to the Reconstruction era following the Civil War, when African Americans were granted the rights of citizenship and the right to vote through the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments. However, these rights were systematically undermined by state and local laws that enforced segregation and disenfranchisement. Key events and figures. The modern civil rights movement gained momentum in the 1950s with the landmark 1954 Supreme Court case Brown v. Board of Education. This decision declared racial segregation in public schools unconstitutional and inspired further activism. Rosa Parks and the Montgomery bus boycott, 1955 to 1956, marked a critical moment in the movement. Parks' refusal to give up her bus seat to a white person led to a citywide boycott of the bus system in Montgomery, Alabama, which lasted over a year and resulted in the Supreme Court ruling that bus segregation was unconstitutional. This event also brought Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to prominence as a national leader. The 1960s saw numerous significant actions, including the Freedom Rides of 1961, where activists rode interstate buses into the segregated South to challenge non-enforcement of Supreme Court rulings. The March on Washington in 1963, where Dr. King delivered his iconic "I Have a Dream" speech, was a massive demonstration for jobs and freedom. Legislative successes. The movement's efforts culminated in significant legislative victories. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 banned discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin, ending segregation in public places and employment discrimination. The Voting Rights Act of 1965 eliminated barriers to voting for African Americans, particularly in the South, by banning literacy tests and other discriminatory practices. Impact and legacy. The civil rights movement fundamentally changed the legal and social landscape of the United States. It led to the dismantling of institutionalized racism in many areas of society and inspired other movements for social justice, including the women's rights movement, the LGBT+ rights movement, and more. The movement's legacy continues to influence American society and politics, reminding the nation of the ongoing struggles for equality and justice. For more on the history and impact of the civil rights movement, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for detailed documentaries and educational content.